on. All right. Hello. Hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. Oh, tell me when. You gotta cue me. All right. All right. Calm.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone.
It's a little rough. Now we're here.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Sorry.
Hey.
Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the Nack at Night podcast, everyone. Welcome. My name is Nick, aka Nick Fly, joined by my co-host right here.
Hey, I'm Zach, also known as Lei Mong. How's it going?
Oh man, that's real scuff.
This is a good start.
It's a good start.
It's a good start.
People know what they're getting into when when it comes to us. I mean,
yeah, people who know us, they know that this is gonna be a interesting show.
Yeah, it's really gonna have a nice kickoff to it. It's gonna be great, everyone. I promise you, it's gonna be fine. You're in good hands with me and Lei. All right. So, how are you, Lei? You want to say a little bit about yourself?
Man, I'm tired. It's late at night. I'm not used to being up at night, even though I am. I'm excited to be here. We've been planning this for a while, and it's finally coming to fruition. We got this nice little table in front of us here.
This nice little table that provided by our technician here. A little IT guy.
Yeah, we got a special tech guy behind the scenes helping us run everything. It's really great.
This is a full production here. All right, nothing but high quality here,
except for the beginning.
High quality from the very beginning. High quality start.
You can tell my green screen is also very high quality with me constantly clipping in and out.
So for some reason my green screen is so high quality it looks like a fake green screen.
Actually, when you actually see his green screen, like in his camera, it looks fake, and I'm using a legit fake one, and it looks more real.
It looks so weird because the lighting and everything behind me, it just looks so fake.
It's really odd,
but it's funny. All right, so welcome again to the podcast. We kind of want to talk about a lot of just random stuff, news, things that are going on the internet around the world, or things that we have gripes with, and then movie stuff that will come a little later, stuff that we watched. But I hope you guys are doing so good. I'm fine. Lei, I've been doing so good.
Yeah, me too. You've said that a couple times now.
Yeah.
Should we just get into some news stuff?
Yes, if you want to go first, go be my guest.
Jeez, I wasn't ready for that.
No, I'll do it. I'll go.
Yeah, you want to go for it. You got a lot more planned out than I do, honestly.
For sure. I have a lot. Let's first talk about the thing that I had problems with earlier. I was talking about this earlier today. This engineer, he made a kind of real life Spider-Man grapple hook bullshit. It's cool. All right. So what?
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So he shoots these like grapple hook things from his wrists, like a pipe that he made using propane air canisters, whatever. Right. And to be honest, it's more like a Batman thing. I was so upset where he was like, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man. He's wearing all this Spider-Man clothing," but when you look at it, it's a rope with basically just claws on it. All right. So he's just throwing it, it's shooting it, it's wrapping around the ceiling or the beam, catching itself. Yes. I'll share the link and stuff here. It's so.
I think the only reason it's Spider-Man related is because it's propelled from the wrist, I would imagine, and he's probably just a bigger Spider-Man fan than he is, say, Batman or anything. So he probably wants to just to be viewed in that sense.
Probably, I mean,
but it's not makes you happy.
Yeah, I think the idea is there, and it's a cool idea. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking the guy for it took him 2 years to do this. It took him 2 years to design this, multiple prototypes, and he got to a point where he could actually swing from the ceiling. But to call it Spider-Man, it's more Batman or Indiana Jones type,
it's just general utility than specifically a spider themed transportation web, I guess.
Which is impressive still. I'm not knocking the guy. It's just not.
It sounds like you're knocking the guy, though, is the problem.
Yeah. It's I don't. Let's see if I can find his actual name here. Probably. Trying to remember what if they even said his name in the article. To be honest, because I don't think they did.
You were reading it earlier. I don't think so.
Yeah, they just call him JT. So, JT, who owns, who has a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is. I don't think they mentioned it at all.
It's a bit odd not to mention that.
Yeah,
at least
they have a video of it. Oh, the channel is Built IRL. That's the channel name. So
okay.
if you guys want to check that out, and that. Also, IT guy. I put the link in. Or if you want to pop that up, the video or anything, if you want to show it to them, I kind of want you guys to see it. It's real bad.
I haven't even seen it myself. Actually, I've only heard you been complaining about it so far.
Yeah, I mean, and then you keep saying it was Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, man.
I don't know. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can pop it up. Let me get this up for you guys real quick.
I'll just watch
for the audio listeners. I'm just going through the article right now, looking through for the video real quick, just so everyone knows.
And to those audio listeners, if you are wanting to watch this live, we do this on Twitch as well, which is where you can see this mess go down in real time.
Right. I have it. Yes, sir. Can you see it? All right.
Look at him go. He's swinging like Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's okay. He's swinging. He's swinging like Spider-Man, right? But
I prove to myself that it is possible.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's exactly like it, but
did it even show it shooting out of his wrist, or was he just hanging from it and swinging?
He was hanging from it. He has. It's like it's exactly as a wrist thing, right? So it shoots from the wrist, but he's a thing to grab onto it.
I got an engineering internship with
I don't know, it's that's why I say I'm having complications with it, right?
Okay.
It's close to it, but it's not exactly it.
So then last year, when I was
my university, it's kind of an in between of a Spider-Man thing and a Batman thing, really. Like it's very obviously gadget tech, which I mean Spider-Man is too, depending on I guess which Spider-Man you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Don't do all those parts that aren't safe.
It's just a wrist-based grapple hook, really.
Yeah. So this guy's showing kind of off right now for the audio listeners. He's showing off the hook chain, and it looks exactly as I said. Literally a rope with hooks on it that kind of is just a grappling hook, right?
Now, I know it doesn't look like Spider-Man's web.
Yeah, pretty much.
And,
yeah, it is. It is more Batman related.
Instead of wrapping around them. But
yeah,
it's
quite Batman related, I suppose.
And no other method I've
I mean,
to use has worked
it's still pretty impressive in the sense of what it is. I think at least.
The old one is a cool-looking wrist-mounted web shooter with custom safe grappling.
It's not advertised.
It's very odd that he's making it just Spider-Man.
Yeah, this is.
He's got to be just a big Spider-Man fan, is all.
Yeah, this is incredibly amazing idea. Just for grappling, whatever. Maybe this could be used for some type of rock climbing or excavation type thing if done correctly and safe. It's amazing, right? I'm not
something, yeah.
So let me show you my new
like a safety measure, right? If you're falling,
it's a
chuck
it. I mean, if that's all you got, like if that could save your life, why not? If you're just gonna be falling by accident, I would hope.
Yeah. So right now he's showing us everything he's putting in is just in the handle, like a cylinder, very small cylinder that fit in your palm of your hand. And that's what he uses to shoot it and go hold it. So when he swings. So I mean, as I see it, he's using it twice. That's it. So after you're the second time, you're fucked. You can't swing anywhere else.
Operation would probably get bulky and expensive.
Yeah. It's very. I mean, it's very difficult to do, I suppose, to have something where you can continuously shoot, unless it would be. Depending on how your knowledge of Spider-Man works, you can have it I guess refill or something because it creates the stuff in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Pierce the
Show you how it
webbing
works. Please excuse me
because
for a
of
moment
whatever
while I chop my
science
prototype in half.
thing Spider-Man does.
So
I don't know.
basically it has a chamber-
I haven't watched
Anything
a Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
movie in a
See that
long
they're
time,
welded
actually.
together at this
Yeah.
It's been a while.
here.
As I said,
I can fill the
as I
chamber
say,
using
like,
this cut-down Schrader valve
Indiana
to allow
Jones
flow
is more
in,
Spider-Man
not
like
out.
than what
And
this
the gas
guy's
is
doing,
kept
but
in the chamber
as
by an
I can't knock this guy too much. It's impressive. You know, I don't have the smarts to build something like this. That's for sure. You know, but he could have done anything else. You know, it's like, this is what I built. This is cool, right? Which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool for
No.
what it is.
Let's show him testing it in like the safe area. Let me just fast forward a little bit.
Trampoline park.
So he's in now a trampoline park right now, and he's kind of, I guess, showing it how it's gonna work. Him testing it out. I mean, it looks cool, right? Look, he shoots it out, it starts swinging, and look, it's a handle. So I mean, that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, if it shoots out and connects how he's planning it to, then that's pretty impressive in my mind.
Yeah. That's like, that is pretty impressive if you want to get to one place or another. That's amazingly impressive. But yet again, look at that. It's pretty cool. You know, he just shoots it out from the cylinder. That's still pretty cool. All that fits in like a small cylinder, as I said again, in the fit of your palm. All right.
There's obviously,
I mean,
problems that arise out of using it as well.
Oh yeah,
that he was very much demonstrating there.
Yeah, like you would have to be very accurate, you know, training with this before even using it. That's for sure. I mean, if you guys want to check it out, the guy whose channel is just called Built IRL. Go check him out. You know, if you guys want to see the whole video, be my guest. It looks pretty cool. But is it Spider-Man like? No.
Not really.
No. All right, technician, back, technician,
back. Remove the screen.
Take us back, technician.
One of the things that I wanted to talk about, more gaming news. I don't know if this was as important universe as it was for you and kind of my siblings, but Bionicle has recently released, or more so announced, that in the last 5 years in the making, there's a Bionicle game, Masks of Power, coming to Steam. And it's like an open world adventure, I believe. I haven't looked at too much into it, but it looks great. I watched a little trailer of it, and I'm super excited because I love Bionicle growing up. So I don't know if you know much about them.
No, I mean, the only thing I remember from Bionicles as a kid is the movies. Like, they're really bad.
Yeah, I love the movies too.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could actually add that to our wheel.
The Bionicle movies.
We could.
Add those to the wheel.
I haven't seen those in a very long time.
I think the only Bionicles kind of game I played was maybe for the PS2, but I cannot remember the whole game. I cannot remember. I remember Bionicles as being like maybe the more expensive side of like Legos or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I didn't have a lot of them, but like for what we did have, I don't know. I just really like Bionicles because they're seemingly a bit more unique and gave more specific life and a story to the parts themselves. Yeah. So I really liked them, and I'm glad to see it in a modern day format now in video games. So. Yeah,
I mean, those are still pretty good though. I mean, I wasn't expecting Bionicles to come back at all because I feel like
me either.
It's nowadays or people who are younger than us. I feel like they don't really know Bionicles, right? I feel like I haven't seen a Bionicles toy in a long time. Like
I feel like they might still be sold in stores, but I don't know if they're at all especially as popular as they used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I pass by the like toy section a lot when I go. I don't know because I like looking at the toys.
Of course,
I'm just an adult with money, and I'm like, I want to buy.
We all do that.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this look cool. They didn't have this when I was a kid. I want to take it.
Right.
You know? But that's still pretty cool. I mean, is it like
toys?
Is it like a first person shooter? Is it going to be
more just an open world adventure type of thing? I guess type of based off at least the Masks of Power title. I think it's meant to be like a more of an MMO even. I think even.
Yeah.
But. I don't know too much about it yet. I kind of just saw one tweet about it and I was looking into it a little bit, but I ended up passing out before I looked more into it. I was very tired that day. But yeah, I was really excited to just see the brand of Bionicles being as alive in something today.
Yeah, I mean that's still pretty cool. I mean that's not bad. I I mean speaking of like games being brought back too, I know GTA is getting a remaster of the trilogy, so I think it's GTA 3,
There's
San Andreas, and
Vice City, I believe,
Vice
was the
City.
third.
Yes, and that's going to be bring to the Switch. So
Yeah,
they're going
which
to
I was
remaster those
surprised
games.
stuff was going to all the GTA's would be coming to the Switch, and Nintendo is going to have GTA on their stuff.
Yeah,
Which
that's.
I don't think that's
surprising.
happened before, has it?
No, I
There's
don't.
never
No,
really been a
yes.
GTA title on.
Yes.
Oh, was
Chinatown.
there?
Yes, Little China.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
Chinatown game. It's what's cool about that is I love those games. Vice City and San Andreas. Love those games, and bringing it on the Switch and stuff, taking that everywhere. A remaster, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic.
I never actually played Vice City or 3 really for that matter. I played San Andreas quite a bit when on Xbox, but that would give me a chance to go back and play them in a new modern way.
Yeah, and a new light. And especially if they bring those to PC remastered or whatever.
That would be a good way to do that too. Yeah, bring those to Steam.
Yes, I think the modding community would even advance further, for these games.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure the modding community is already in there in those games, and they're not even on Steam.
Oh yeah, I know for San Andreas, the modding community is insane. They have the whole multiplayer thing added. We'll do even RP stuff on there that's for sure.
Yeah, I used to do GTA RP stuff years ago on San Andreas, a long time ago.
And it's just so impressive,
That was back then.
That old,
6-7 years ago.
Yeah, it's just remarkable, what's coming up nowadays. I mean, another mod thing that I heard too is someone is modding Oblivion into Skyrim. So all of everything from Oblivion and stuff like that, they're modding it into Skyrim.
Which is definitely a good thing to do, because I think a lot of people preferred Oblivion, but Skyrim was just kind of more done better, I believe, is from my understanding. I only played Skyrim, so I'm not too familiar with what was in Oblivion at all, and any pros or cons to it. But that's, I guess, another way to keep using the same titles, though.
Yeah.
But that's a mod, so I suppose it's not done by them.
It even says Morrowind is also going to be in that mod. I think the thing that I love more about Oblivion is just the whole, the joke where a NPC talks to you, right?
Right.
They talk to you, and you just focus on their face, real quick.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, it's so awesome. When I was reading the article, it looks fantastic. They show some screenshots about it. We're here seeing, look at the Sky Oblivion here. Look at that. Some of these screenshots are amazing. And I hope they do bring the fighting pit. Dude, that fighting pit, man. All those naked men. I'll make them naked. I'll fight those men.
Do something with them.
Yeah. I mean, have you played Skyrim at least, right? Have you?
Yeah, I've played it, but I never played it too much. I kind of did mostly just kind of the main storyline, and then just fucked around off what I wanted to do, and that was really about it. I didn't do too much into it.
I mean, it's a fun game with never-ending, possibilities, right? With mods and stuff like that. It's a great game, Skyrim. I've spent a lot of time playing that for sure, and lots of time. Didn't even finish the full story. Could not finish 100%.
Oh, of course.
Impossible. I know maybe one or two people that have done that, but you just need to get rid of your life after that, huh?
Yeah, you've really got to love that game to do that specifically with Skyrim or any of the Elder Scrolls, from my understanding.
Exactly. Oh, I wonder what who made Skyrim? What's the company that made Skyrim?
I feel like Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda, right? Yeah, Bethesda. So I wonder if Bethesda would say anything about this mod. I don't think they would care, huh?
I don't know. I wonder if it's something they've not even cared about, just because they're, with Oblivion being such an old game and Skyrim already kept becoming such an older game at this point.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna put too much care into the idea of them doing that, or just let that be a thing to help their games stay alive, even.
Yeah. I mean, it's surprising. They also made a remaster, didn't they? I feel like they did.
Probably. I would imagine so.
right? They made a remaster of Skyrim, and then VR stuff with it. I know you can do that stuff.
Yeah, I've been interested in VR, but then it'd be too much work to play. You know.
Oh yeah, VR, man. I love playing on the Oculus Quest 2 and stuff like that with the VR. But I feel like with like Skyrim and stuff, man, I feel like you'd be lost, right? You're gonna be so, what's the word, immersed. I feel
Right. Yeah. Just
It's like
immersed
any-
into the universe and being there and whatnot.
Yes, but this mod though, look at this. How many people are working on this mod right now, man? Like,
It's a
I
good
wonder,
question.
yeah, is it a group? Is it a? Can't really see. Hold on, I'm gonna look. Is it like
Does it
a
say
group?
anything on that site?
Does it say anything? All right, sweet. How many people does it say right there? Let's see. There is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 people working on this.
Pretty
Yeah, 9.
impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive for 9 people to work on this and stuff like that. That's, shit. I've seen crazier things too with only like one person. You know what I mean? That's
Right. A lot of the games I play are usually done by one, maybe 2 devs, so
it's impressive.
it's always impressive to do something like that, especially if it's remastered at all.
Yeah.
So the screenshots look really good.
I think all the mods that I've tried to install, I feel like the biggest ones I feel like I always see on Nexus are always like nude mods. Like I always see the
Of course,
nude mods.
those are going to be popular
I see nude
always.
mods. I see mods that just make the girl sexier and pretty. I'm like, can I just get a mod where I have a spoon as a better weapon?
Just the small things. I don't care for any of this lewd content. Just give me a spoon.
Give me a spoon. Like, can I get like a bucket helmet or something? Give me a dog as a follower, please.
Right.
Ooh, okay, so, look at this. Ooh, look at that. That's so what's happening right now. We're still kind of seeing through the trailer right now for Sky Oblivion. It looks amazing. It looks very pretty.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Made by 9 people. It's very good. It's very nice. Jesus, look at that portal. That Oblivion portal. Ooh, I can't remember the cities' names though, but in Oblivion much. I feel like I memorized Skyrim's more because I played it a lot more.
I think the only one I even remember from Skyrim is just Whiterun, just that main
Whiterun, yeah.
capital you first get to.
Everyone knows Whiterun.
Yeah,
Oh, you have
exactly.
the pit. They have the pit. Yeah, the fighting pit. Sorry, I'm
so
love
excited for that.
Dude, it was so fun just to go in there and beat the shit out of people. Like just literally.
I can't relate. Didn't play it.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
If
I'm
you have
just sharing.
Skyrim, I'm gonna say if you have Skyrim and you want to do it, play this. Probably the mod. If you don't want to get Oblivion, buy
I
it.
might have it on Steam actually.
Yeah, just buy it right
I
there.
don't know.
Cool. I feel like Bethesda would get really mad though. It's like you're gonna be able to play this our actual game. I can't imagine how many hours it took just to kind of go through all the assets of Oblivion just to put it in there. But I feel like
A ton, I would imagine.
yeah, and use a knife. Oh, okay, all right. Oh man, so amazing! Look at
Sky
that.
Oblivion.
Fantastic. See that? Look at that. Fantastic. Man. All right. Let's see here. I want to talk about the Apex thing, right? You want to talk about that?
If you want to talk about it, sure.
I'll talk about the Apex for sure.
Well, actually, I could finish off what I was saying, I suppose.
Okay. So, I don't know if you want-
All right, so we're here. We're live. Sorry, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Yeah.
Sorry for the problems there. What I was saying was about the Sonic movie, the second one. Voice actor for Knuckles is confirmed for by Idris Elba. I believe that's how his name's pronounced. Who's pretty popular. He's going to be in the new Suicide Squad as well. That's coming out.
That's already out. I think.
Or it's out already. Fuck,
That's out.
man.
Yes, I watched
The info I got was wrong.
Ooh.
I don't know where I got that from. But yeah, he's in that, which I thought was pretty interesting. And then he's so I think he's gonna make a good role from what I've been able to understand from his voice and everything to fit Knuckles.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be
Who's
a
Idris
good
Elba
movie.
again?
He plays what the hell's his name? Hold on. Plays Bloodsport in the new Suicide Squad.
Ah, him, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And then also for anyone to be more familiar, Heimdall from the Thor series. Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
He is the guy who's I think the gatekeeper kind of thing with the giant sword that.
Yep, with the eyes.
Yeah. So we'll see what he adds, I suppose, as a voice actor.
That's interesting. That is very interesting.
Knuckles, 'cause I think it'll be a good fit, honestly.
Isn't he? What is he? British or something? Like
yeah, I believe he was from London, I believe, actually.
Yeah, that's so. I wonder if he's gonna like do a little like voice to it, a cartoon voice to it, or something, or if he's.
I really don't know.
Pitch like that. That's why it's so interesting. Right?
I mean, Knuckles is supposed to have a bit of a lower voice, so I think it'll be anything that he does. I feel like it should be pretty good, really. I mean, I don't expect too much quality from just general Sonic media, anyways. So
yeah, I mean, expecting like voice actors. I mean, I didn't even know when I watched Space Jam 2. I didn't know Gabriel Iglesias or whatever was in it. I didn't know he's played Speedy Gonzalez.
I still need to see that. That.
Apparently he played him, but I don't like it. Just didn't sound familiar to me when I watched the movie. So I was like, okay,
isn't that a compliment to them as a
voice actor?
Voice actor, yeah. Once
you
don't recognize them, it's all the better.
It's like they did their job. That's pretty good.
They portrayed a character that they're not.
Yeah, it's just like is he gonna go the route of the Knuckles, like Ugandan Knuckles?
I can't imagine. No, I would hope not. At least
I wish they did. I wish they really just brought that like Ugandan Knuckles out in Sonic.
I'm trying to get my brightness here.
They gotta acknowledge the VR chat community.
Right? I don't know if they do actually. At least not in the sense of Ugandan Knuckles. Like I feel like that can just stay what it is and be left alone.
I was gonna say, do you think the whole like Sonic Chew thing, like Chris Chan, is gonna affect the whole sales of that at all?
No, I can't imagine. If anything, it's gonna increase the sales. I would imagine.
Probably it's probably gonna bring any good publicity.
Any publicity is good publicity. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, anything that has anything with Sonic, anything with it, for sure. Like the that Sonic drink from G Fuel, the hot. They had. Like,
the chili dog or whatever flavor, whatever it is.
Yeah, they had Sanic for a limited time, like chili dog.
Yeah, like flavor. Custom to order G Fuel.
Yeah, what is that? What?
It's a marketing promotion, really. It's really most of it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is it. I mean, if IT guy can find the picture of it and bring it out, it was real bad. People were like reviewing is like it just tastes like hot dog water, or it just tastes like you can taste a hot dog.
I mean, that's what gamers like, right?
No.
Isn't that like the thing is like you drink hot dog water?
No, gamers like crushed up Doritos and Mountain Dew. That's proven fact.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Blended up Mountain Dew and Doritos. Fact. You cannot dispute.
Yeah, there you go. The chili dog, G Fuel.
God.
Sanic.
They have the peach ring.
Poorly drawn rings and everything in the background.
And the shitty Sanic. I thought those were Funyuns for some reason.
They look like Funyuns. They look more like Funyuns than they do like an actual ring. Yeah.
It is so bad. What is that? Wait. I mean, it's a good marketing idea, right? It's funny.
Why aren't Funyuns the gamer food instead of Doritos?
Yeah, I thought I more prefer Funyuns than Doritos. I feel like Doritos get your hands nice, all cheesy and disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like. I've stayed away from things like that get cheese or just flavoring like on your fingers and stuff because it gets on my mouse, it gets on my keyboard. I don't want that.
But yeah, let's put on the ad. Let's put on that ad.
Let's go on the ad. Yeah. Oh my god, I've not seen this.
What is that fucking shit? Okay, everyone, there's like a volcano, like erupting beans and brown stuff, and right comes out of it it's just the Sanic chili dog thing.
I think it's meant to be chili.
No, that is literally shit.
I think it's meant to be chili, and that's part of the quality of it.
Shit. Shit.
Yeah. Shit quality. I mean, yeah.
To be honest, with this advertisement stuff, it makes me want it.
Well, yeah, yeah. It's meant to be bought as a meme. Is the thing. Like you do it for the meme. That's what the generations have become to spend their purchases on.
Yeah,
You buy for the meme.
Yeah, if anyone who's watching audio podcasts, the audio, they literally it's just the Sanic meme on the G Fuel, container.
Yeah, just straight up.
Hilarious. I love the shaker though. The shaker looks amazing. I would rather have that.
Yeah, I like the scrawled text on it.
The little chicken
like
scratch.
Yeah, like a child drew it.
It's like a Rugrats like type text, man.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty good. That's just pretty cool. But moving on to more games, though. I mean, kind of segue here. Recently, an Apex Legends dev got fired for a reason that is very questionable to me and Lay. I feel right. So what happened was the dev got fired for past sexist and racist comments from 2000. It was like 2007. So according to some research from Kotaku, this is from a Kotaku source. This man named, let's see if we can find if they actually put this guy's name on here. Daniel Klein. I'm pretty sure that's probably.
I'm pretty sure it's Klein. Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Klein. 2007 said this quote is referring to Klein is referring to seeing the XX chromosome biologically designed traditionally used to indicate female sex as the moron chromosome. All right, he refers to that, and he also said another shows him speaking about his African neighbors as if they were animals, saying, quote, if you feed them, they'll come back and shit all over the place.
Which, of course, is not good things to say.
Which is not. But this is 2007, when he was 27 years old. I mean, he was young, in his 20s. Not okay to say, right? But that was what? How much? 14 years ago?
You said 2007?
Yeah,
14 years ago.
Come on, you can't judge from the past.
I mean, if it's a tricky ground where it's like, obviously those are not at all good things to be saying. And like it's really hard to tell whether something's you should be fired over something like that or not, because it's 14 years ago. People are different. That's over half my lifetime ago. Like it goes to the cancel culture thing of what is too far and what isn't. I mean, obviously he could easily be still the same person who would say things like that, and then get him out of there by all means. But I mean, I don't know too much about the guy, I guess, myself to say stuff like that.
But even if he did something like that, right? Like you would have to have proof nowadays for him saying something like that. He could have changed. He's a totally different dude.
Right.
Doesn't even think that way anymore. Just
the game didn't even exist, nor even probably as a concept back then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure if they went digging themselves, the Apex Legend, people own it. If they went digging, if they found it, they probably wouldn't even hired him. You know what I mean? But they probably hired him. He was good. Someone else dug this up, and lost this guy's job. It sucks. I don't condone, or I don't even so word I'm looking for. I'm not trying to explain his actions or all. You know what I mean? What he did was a shit thing to do. Should not do that. Treat everyone as you would treat yourself. But come on, there's a line. There's a fine line from the past to now.
Well, I think that's the thing. I think there isn't actually a fine line between the past and now. That's where it comes down to. Like 14 years ago, it's a long time, but like you've got to be able to understand that is time, and where does that cross into being able to affect the now?
Yeah,
it's like 14 years ago is forever ago to a lot of people. Like I was 10 when that happened.
It's like
shit.
This is being 10 years old. Imagine if we said something like that when we were 10. You know what I mean? Like, if someone bring that up now, like, I was 10 years old. And I didn't know better.
Time changes. Times change. Things change. People were different 14 years ago, but I mean, this is also just going off the context of this is what he said.
Yeah, I feel like
this is the time he said it, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like
if anything, he should just not have been hired. If more so in that case, being that closer to then when it happened,
should have got maybe suspended or something along those lines. Maybe just make an apology for those actions and explain himself, right? But I mean, this company don't want anything to do with anyone like that, I guess, right? It's fair. Company, thinking of it company wise, you kind of want to trim the edges before it
at the end of the day, they have to save face and do what's best for them, really.
Yeah, it's just to me, whoever found this stuff, do you feel better?
Yeah, it's more so I wonder how that comes into light when it's that old of information,
Yeah, but
that's the biggest thing. Like, how do you find that information from 14 years ago about this specific person in some forum?
I mean, I guess anyway, if you Google someone's name, that's gonna pop up somewhere, I guess, right?
Probably, yeah.
That's internet's scary, my guy. Oh, internet's scary, man. You can't just watch what you say, like watch what you say.
Oh, I'm always watching what I say on the internet, dude.
Man, you can say I don't like Peeps today, and then tomorrow someone's gonna be like, "Yo, you don't like Peeps?
You don't like the marshmallow candy that are Peeps and delicious?"
Yes.
Oh, way to go.
I don't know what your opinion. You seem to be he should have got fired, but I mean, there's a standard to it.
I mean, I don't really have an opinion necessarily in the sense of right or wrong. It's just in the context of that happening. It's like, how did that happen? Why did that happen? Should that have been done that way? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot that I don't know, probably. So I can't really say for certain.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the article maybe explains where I don't think he.
Because I believe that unless there was another article that you were looking at before, there's other things that were brought up like later in the article that were more so fireable reasons, I think.
Yeah.
Unless that was something else.
Well, I mean, he did say he talked about the toxic environment he contributed to the Gone Home studio stuff, but he did say, "I wish they'd taken a risk and kept me on." Said Klein, by the way. I mean,
I would imagine you would say that, yeah.
But I cannot ask anyone to take. This is a quote. But I cannot ask anyone to take that risk. So he knows. I see. He seems to know what he did, and he probably regrets saying that in the past. So it looks like he's probably. I want to say changed, but it seems. He also quotes Klein. Said to Otaku, commented, "I fully own the awful bigoted statements I made in 2007, and I'm disgusted with my younger self for making them," said him, kind to via email. "But there's also no doubt in my mind that they came to light because someone went looking for things to hurt me." That brings up people probably did this for a reason to
exactly, yeah.
That's not okay. That's not cancel culture. That's just more to hurt someone and get them fired.
Yeah, it's more to hurt someone than to do the right thing at that point.
He was aware of this allegation, and I specifically asked them to be on the lookout for these strategies being used against other employees in the future. So he's clearly aware, it seems, that someone did this to hurt him, which is, yet again, not cool. But, this is what we live in, I guess, today. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on?
It's hard to control that.
Yeah. Cancel culture
can do that.
Yeah. Cancel culture nowadays is very attack forward. You know what I mean? Cancel them now, ask questions later.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just do what someone feels is personally right, whether it's morally right or what. Yeah. People just do what benefits them, or in other words, hurts others. Oh, it's just me now.
Sorry about that.
You
Got my
good?
charger. Yep.
Okay.
Continue. Continue.
Well, I mean, I think that's most of all we've got to really add on that. I feel.
Yeah,
Should
I
we get
mean-
into the meat that kind of explains our title here? What the duck?
Oh yeah. Oh, for
Should
sure.
we get into it?
All right, let's get into this. This is what I'm excited about. Okay, so me and Lay over the week, past the week, watched the movie of old movie from 87, 80 something?
1986, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
A movie
1986.
that, was a godsend, from its time, and we didn't deserve it at the time. It was underappreciated until now.
For
Until
sure.
now, we appreciate it. Me and Lay love this movie.
I had a blast watching it. I'll say for
Yes.
sure. To give some information on it, IMDb gave it a 4.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, 14%. Metacritic, 28%. But here's the thing: Google viewers, 71%.
Those
That's
Google
how you
viewers
know
go up.
it's truly appreciated by the people and not the critics. A
Don't
much
trust-
higher rate on
Yeah.
Google viewers.
Don't trust IMDb. Don't trust Rotten Tomato. They don't know jack shit about this movie.
They don't know anything.
All right. They're not up to culture with this movie. All right, we are. All right. This movie, to be honest, is the most awkward movie because it's also a Marvel property.
Technically, it's
technically.
based off of a Marvel character. Yeah.
Yes, it's based off a Marvel comic. At the era they did their best at the time. And the movie is, would you like to put it up on screen, technician? Real quick for me. Oh wait, hold on. That
Good.
shouldn't have moved.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, by the way. Howard the Duck.
So
This
going into
movie-
this, I
Yeah.
had no idea what it even was. Nick, he made a whole wheel of bad movies. Some good movies I think were on there already.
Mhm.
Spun that. This is what the result was, and this was going to be our first movie to talk about. And I
I
had
was
no idea.
so happy. I was so happy when he rolled that when this popped up. I was like, yes, this is a perfect movie to start with to do this whole podcast. This
And-
is fucking fantastic.
After seeing it, I agree. This was definitely the perfect one to start with.
Yes. Howard the Duck, underrated character, to be honest, in the Marvel universe. Funny guy, funny guy, at least I would say. From getting to this movie, I've never read much of the comics, but I don't need to because this whole thing explains the whole comics to me. That's all I need. That's all I need.
They don't touch the comics at all in this though. But
Yeah.
but it was something, all right.
Yeah. Do you want to explain the whole movie? Do you want to just go back and forth?
We can just kind of go back and forth here if you want to be. You've presented a little slideshow here of some images to help along explain things and characters.
So for the audio listeners, I made a slideshow for this. I'm gonna go and we're gonna describe the picture and stuff for you guys. But there's some nice preparations I did for this. Some nice quality for this power slide. All right. So here we go. So Howard the Duck starts off. This guy talking, about him. We go through the room, and we meet Howard T. Duck. Howard the Duck.
I'm pretty sure that his middle initial is literally
Just
T
T.
for the.
Yeah, for the
So
that's
very creative.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, we're is that confirmed, right? Play? Did we confirm
I'm pretty
that?
sure that was confirmed. Yeah, I think so.
So I know when we saw his license, it did say T, but we don't know
Yeah.
if it was confirmed.
I don't know if we confirmed it for the, but
Yeah.
they never alluded to anything else. So
Yes. So we are introduced to Howard Duck. It kind of pans through his apartment, showing things from his past to his career, how it's going. He was in a band called the Heartbreakers, right?
Howard and the Heartbreakers. Yeah.
Yes. And he, showed his childhood pictures to his family, maybe siblings, his people he dated, probably don't know. They didn't explain much. Just kind of the general person who is Howard the Duck.
Yeah, they try to build in, his backstory without saying anything, just visually, pictures on the shelves and type of stuff like that to show who he is in general.
And might I say, he is dressed very dapper, to be honest. In the scene, he has like a a jacket, like a vest, tie, very nice, casual, fancy, fancy casual, I would say.
Yeah, I will say throughout the entire film too, his attire is always the best. I would say to standards of looking like a good, well-dressed person too.
It's all child's clothing, by the way, too.
It's which is amazing. That it's then doing to look the way it does. It looks great throughout the entire time.
And as I said throughout the movie, when we're watching it, like I can testify from this, but I was saying through the movie, you don't have to be a certain height. You can be a short duck man and pull ladies. Man, this guy pulls ladies and men.
He does.
Well. All right. So, through that, he sits down. Look at this. Is a fancy man here. You see, he gets a cigar.
Well with a cigar, yep.
Yes. It's a nice vest. Look at that tie, red feathers. Looks like he has like a comb over. It's very nice. Very nice looking duck. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
And the cigar, look, fancy man, fancy, nice couch, looks fantastic. He looks kind of like Macaulay Culkin, to be honest, if he was a duck. He looks, if you're gonna visualize him, he looks like Macaulay Culkin. It's
pretty good, pretty good way to put it.
All right, and then
so what happens? So he's sitting in his living room, right? He's watching TV. He pulls out a not safe for work magazine, and he's viewing that, and then all of a sudden everything starts shaking. Of course, he gets just starts flying through on his chair through these hallways, flying through other rooms and everything, and no one has any idea what's going on. Nothing's really said at this point. Nothing, like it's very hard to understand what they're trying to portray. What's going on.
It's very fast. It's very fast, in and out. Man gets sucked out the wall.
Yeah, he
through a hallway.
Zooms and he's gone.
Yeah.
He passes by a couple people. I don't remember if you got that for the next scene or not.
No. This is the whole thing. The whole scene of him.
Yeah, he gets sucked out into space, just like completely unexplained. Like you have to obviously know the character in the sense of what's happening, I guess. But nothing's really said.
Sorry, all the other ducks did not give two shit. Like they were looking like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it zooms out, it pans out to like the city, and there's other ducks everywhere and everything, and they're just watching him like, oh yeah, there he goes. That's it. Right. Like no one really cared. There's no panic. Nothing is going on. They're just like, hey, duck.
Yeah, it's sad that he lost his couch though. I mean, that couch.
Yeah, his couch does burn up, and it's very unfortunate.
That's little seat.
Yeah, I mean. I don't want to give any spoilers yet, but I suppose we should be saying there are spoilers in this because we will be talking about the entire movie. So
it's an old movie. If you
I hadn't seen this.
Okay, that's true.
So you specifically told me to not look anything up because you didn't want me to spoil it.
It's a magical movie. So he gets like just launched in this like beam, like like a tractor beam, right?
Like
red tractor beam gets sucked out of his planet, and it kind of shows you the planet. It shows it has like 2 moons, maybe 2 other planets, and maybe a black hole in the distance surrounding his planet. Looks completely different than ours. It's sucked out, and his planet is shaped like a fucking egg. It's great.
I'm sure that would work totally fine from a planetary standpoint. That it would work just like a planet, I'm sure.
Yeah, you get the North and South Pole. It looks like a rotate, maybe similar to what our planet rotates, right? It's not.
I mean, I think that's the general idea. It's probably the science. I don't think is actually there for an egg-shaped planet like that. But
yeah, I mean, can you imagine if that planet was just a giant egg and some monster will crack? Just a giant duck comes.
Just cracks and a duck comes out of the Earth itself.
It's just a giant Earth egg. It's great. Yeah. It's fantastic. Then he gets sucked to our shitty planet.
Yep.
The tractor beam sucks him out. Spits him out, and he lands in a chair. That chair happens to land in, I thought it was New York or Detroit for like a good portion of the movie until someone actually said the name, and it was Cleveland.
Yeah, the whole movie, I believe, is set in Cleveland. The only time they give any location is early on here in the movie, but they do a lot of traveling around the place, kind of thing. But like,
Yeah.
I guess in general, they're just Cleveland. They don't really explain much in that sense, but just skip
so
to
we
this without
sorry, I
filling
forgot to
it
say.
back in.
Sorry. So the people when we talking about the people that he flew by,
Yeah,
was an
breaking
old
through
couple
apartments and stuff.
and this fucking duck woman in a bathtub. Your tits, your tits.
They're basically just human but white, like just duck white. That's it. Yeah, this is a PG film, by the way.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
rated PG.
it's a fucking PG film. I was
And
like,
there'll be other evidence of that not being should not being the case later
whatsoever.
on.
And I was
It's
like,
very
80s was a
different times, yeah.
God. All right, you explain this fucking trio. This 3-4 people.
So yeah, he flies into Earth. He's falling through like not rafters, but like a fire escape ladder and everything. He falls into this chair, and then these guys show up and pick him up and act as if this is a normal occurrence. Just pick him up, bring him over to this club off just across the street, and start giving him to the I think the club owner. Not entirely sure. It's not explained at all.
I think the club owner was maybe the dude later in the movie who had the shades, right? Who was maybe at the bar. I think that was the club owner.
That could be. I don't know.
No more than they clarified here.
Yeah, like it's constantly from this point on for the next, I would say, half hour. I was just filled with questions.
Yeah.
Like nothing was ever answered. They just picked him up. They're like, "Hey, I got you a date," and like that's one of the things the guy who picks him up hands him to a guy, and then it's a scene of them transporting him through the club.
He gets kicked out.
Yeah, he gets kicked out and just gets kicked out into the alley, and it's like, what just happened? Like nothing made any sense. Yeah, he gets kicked out towards the alley, in which he then is chased down by the Satan Sluts, which is a great biker gang name.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
That was I'm surprised you noticed that because I didn't even know that. I was like, "What are you talking about? Satan's sluts?"
Oh, how could he miss it?
Yeah,
it's a great name.
And I was like, "Why would anyone call their biker name?" But
exactly,
right? That's insane, and which is crazy, right? It's like, what? This is what I thought. Why this was like Detroit or New York? I was like, this has to be somewhere where there's maybe a lot of crime, something.
Yeah, it felt very not taking care of town and like the ghetto of a town or something. Just grungy bar scenes and stuff. Yeah,
back alleyway, nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, the only people who reacted normally were this couple that I don't have a clip of, but a couple that he bumped into before he went to the sluts is this couple who saw him. Right, I think it was before or after he met
I think it was just before.
Yeah, this couple that were kissing, he touched the woman's leg, the woman screamed, and the guy was like, "Oh my god," and he pulled a sign out of his ass somehow.
Yeah, he pulls a completely do not enter sign, just with it's like a whole wooden stake end to it. He just pulls that out of nowhere and tries smacking him. Like, where'd you get that sign from? Why do you just have that on hand?
Why was that there, first of all? What happened?
I don't know. That was a little unexplained as well, and then it's just filled with nonsense at this point. I mean, the whole movie really is.
Yeah, but look at this biker gang. They're dressed to impress. They got a spiky hair.
They got the skulls on the top with the glowing red eyes, which I actually didn't realize until now.
Yeah, it's some of these people you would realize in the movies. You realize early on some of these people are just stupid because they see a duck. They panic, but they're not like so they're like, "Oh fuck this duck," and they're gonna smack it or whatever. They're really hardcore in this movie.
Yeah, the reactions to Howard from everyone on Earth in this is very inconsistent, and people only react like how a normal person would probably react in such a scream or a terrified manner in a way.
Yeah.
Only when it's convenient. Otherwise, people will just accept it. It's like, oh, okay, like I guess it makes sense to some sense, but like. It's pretty bad. It's not done well.
It's Cleveland, right? We're gonna leave it at it's Cleveland. We're gonna hear that a lot. Okay, and then this I will say we'll kind of meet back here anyways here. He meets Beverly, Beverly, was it Switzer?
Switzler, yeah.
We did not know her last name. I found
it
this
was
out.
never said, no.
Yes. So after that, he gets put in a trash can, stuff like that. Beverly Switzler comes out of the club that he went in for a brief time. Then gets, for some reason, a can flies out first. I thought that was stupid.
Yeah, there's like a can flies out from the dark, and then these two guys come out as if they then threw that can. But like, if you're coming out into the dark alley, why are you throwing a can first? I don't know, that was just weird.
Why are you alerting her of your presence if you're gonna do something bad to her?
It was kind of strange.
Yeah, implied rape, to be honest, in this movie.
Yeah.
She actually was holding her own for a good time, but she was screaming help while she was also beating the shit out of the guy, which didn't make sense.
Yeah, she was literally on top, like punching the guy and screaming help. I get it, but you are in control at the same time of the situation at the time. So it just seemed missed. I don't know. Didn't seem lined up right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So you never know what was gonna happen, I guess, but it was just weird.
It's just very strange because these dudes. Oh wait, sorry. If you don't know who she is, the actor, she's from Back to the Future. She played the girl. She played Marty McFly's mom.
She's Leah Thompson. Is the actress's name?
Yes, she's right here. That's her. That's her right there. That's her right there. Let me put her here. She's her. She looks completely different, I think, in this movie, but it's recognizable, to be honest. I feel like Howard the Duck is maybe. I don't know if Back to the Future came out first and she was in it, or Howard the Duck, but her better acting in the Back to the Future movie, by the way.
Yeah, the acting wasn't the best in this by any means.
No. These are the dudes, by the way. Very good-looking gentlemen, huh? Guy has like a fucking bowler hat.
Yeah, and some baby faces on his jacket, which is
punk rock.
Something to say the least.
It's very punk rock-esque man who also, his friend is like wearing a jacket that has like teeth around it. It's very weird.
Yes.
Bones.
I didn't really pay attention to that like necklace thing he's got on.
It looks like these dudes found these jackets in a fucking dumpster. All right, it looks like these guys shop at a dumpster. It's like everyone in the movie shopped at Goodwill. I'm gonna tell you that now. Everyone shopped at Goodwill. The girl's happy to see Howard the Duck. The two dudes are confused when he jumped out saying something about duck foo. Bullshit.
Quack foo is actually, he says you prepare for the master of quack foo.
Yes.
Which is
funny.
A good line. Like, I guess so. They had to work it in there some way, I guess. A quack related joke. They kind of die off later on, but
they make a lot of like duck jokes until we meet another character that honestly is both me and Zach's favorite character.
Yeah, favorite character in the movie.
Yes, he has a lot of one-liners. Very good one-liners. So after this whole confrontation, they fight. She hits one guy with I think like a metal pipe, and like somehow
Howard gets a bat. He breaks it on one of them. And then she comes around from the other side and then hits him with a metal pipe. And like, I don't remember how the fight ends honestly, but they end up leaving. Oh yeah. He like holds onto his fingers like he's locking in, but even though Howard's hands are like super small and it looks like this, and he's just got sausage fingers, it's like you can't. There's no way you're in control of that. You wouldn't have the leverage. It's just really awkward.
It's like he has multiple. It's like thumbs, right? It's like a bunch of thumbs.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a bunch of thumbs.
Fucking it. I was like, wow, that's just unsatisfying looking at. I don't think he would ever break his hand, but
no.
It's a movie. Some movies he duck. After that, she talks to him. Beverly talks to him, saying, "Well, where am I?" She's like, oh, "Cleveland." That's how we found out they're fucking Cleveland. Then we find out we're on Earth. She's confused about it. Whatever. Then she offers him if she wants to sleep at her house. He says yes. Got a place. Then he sits down. Sits down in a chair. Train passes by him. When the train passes by him, he falls back. He gets scared. He has PTSD from when he fucking flew through space.
Yeah, because he's sitting on the chair, and the chair's shaking from the train. So he's getting flashbacks from when he was sitting on the chair in his apartment and gets sucked out of his apartment, obviously, out of his living room. And the stare he has here is just, when you see it the picture, it kind of gives credence to it, but like it was just wow, he is having flashbacks, he is having PTSD. This is not a good time for him. It was just very intense at the time.
1,000-yard stare. All right.
Yeah.
Like, fucking Vietnam flashback duck. All right. This man saw his family get murdered in front of him. The way he looked.
That's the stare it has. Yeah.
It's funny. I thought it was hilarious, to be honest. And I was like, just fucking flashing red to the cutscene of him flying back, and it's all red. Him just flying through the hallway a little bit, and he's just
It's a very intense scene.
Yes. Then Beverly tries to calm him down. I think she also gave him before like a beer, but before the beer, she tried to give him a bowl.
Yeah, she tried to give him like a bowl of water to drink out of because he's a duck, and it's like you're not human, whatever type of jokes.
A lot of people are racist.
And then he was like, "No, a beer will do," and it's like, "Oh,
that's a
and
beer."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I don't remember if I have no. Okay, no, I'm gonna skip to that. Later on, they talk more. Then he falls asleep like instantly. I guess he's just super tired from space travel.
I think that's completely understandable.
Yeah, and she goes through his wallet. I don't know why.
His wallet falls out of his pocket after he's fallen asleep. And she picks it up, and you see a bunch of basically duck jokes within his wallets of the credit cards.
Yeah, pull up the wallets here. All right.
What?
You looking at the wallet? There it is.
Okay.
The stuff that's in his wallet.
Right. I haven't seen this list before. I wasn't ready for this. Right. So that's basically there's a bunch of jokes with his like credit cards and stuff being duck based jokes of what we have, like I can't remember what the credit card was called. Do you remember?
I know it was like a MasterCard joke, but I think it was like called Quackster card or some.
Yeah, it wasn't well done jokes. Like, Mallard card, I think.
Mallard
card. Was what it was. And then like the dollars was literally just a US $1 bill, but with a
oh my god,
a bill photoshopped onto
we're looking at the stream
onto George Washington's face. All right, we're back.
Yeah. We find that he's from Washington, or not Washington. It was like he's from DC, but he's not from Washington DC. It's called Marshington.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I thought that was hilarious. Washington DC. The dollar bill is shaped as a duck man.
And then of course the one item that she pulls out,
the best item in the fucking movie. Oh my god! Say it. Go ahead.
Is a very tiny condom, unwrapped. It's not in a wrapper. It's got to be dry as fuck. It's. She picks it up and it's like barely fitting in her fingers, almost. Like it's like.
Did he use that? I feel like he used it and put it back in his wallet.
It's almost given as like it's been used and just put in there, or it's just opened and for some reason out of a wrap. It's so weird. It doesn't seem to make any sense other than to give the idea of it being small, which is why it's not in a wrapper. Yeah. Like that's the only idea I can think of.
I never questioned more if this Howard had a regular shaped human penis or a penis that has a curve, to be honest. Like that's the question that was the process through the movie. Zach, you can
I don't know anything about the anatomy of a duck in that sense, so I don't know if I really have much to add in a way.
I asked Zach, and I was like, "Hey, you think?" I feel like he has a regular penis with like a like a twist at the end, right?
A corkscrew, isn't that what they're supposed to be like?
It's supposed to be a corkscrew, so I feel like it could be both. I mean, it's very. And then she's like, "Oh, Howard, like." What?
Yeah, as if that's charming to have a condom in your wallet like that. Like, it nothing. It's so weird. Like she's falling in love with this duck. But for like no reason, like at all, which I guess is part of love, I guess, huh? But
maybe it's
so strange.
Yeah, maybe she just really wanted a fucking animal, to be honest, because there's some weird sexual tension.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Yeah, and then later the next day, she tells him, before they go to sleep, she tells him, "Hey, I know someone. Let's go talk to him tomorrow. Maybe he knows."
Yeah,
Then we meet.
someone to help find out why you're here, basically.
Then we meet the most craziest person I think in the movie. That fucking I know. I think he's a serial killer. Phil Blumbert.
Great name, Phil Blumbert.
Great name. Who's the actor that plays him? Do you know? Zach?
Nope, that's the wrong name. Tim Robbins is the actor.
Tim Robbins did a hell of a job making this guy look fucking crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, while he's not necessarily a good actor, he's got something. Like he definitely added something to the table. It wasn't like low level acting by any means, but like his character as a character itself was poorly written, really.
Oh yeah, I mean, he did what he had to do with what he was given. I mean, he just made it crazy. Keep asking Howard so many questions, like, he must have powers. Can you bend this bar? I can, for sure. A little bit later on in the movie, he shows his strength. Blumbert. Right? He asked him so many stupid questions. He just seems like a psychopath. And me and Zach both questioned that. How does she know him?
Even after seeing the entire movie, the connection between Phil and Beverly is not explained. Like, he's some lab assistant who's at first portrayed to be like some scientist and like some helpful guy, but he's just a lab assistant at a museum.
A janitor, kind of. So,
yeah, half janitor, because he's later on told to clean up some puke that someone puked on an exhibit in the museum, because he's just an assistant. So.
Which is also crazy. Around that time, he showed them what they had at the museum was the duck, the thing of ancient duck going from, if they were like monkeys, like how we
the evolutionary scale of our primates. They somehow predicted the exact same thing, but with if ducks evolved the way primates evolved,
which is crazy.
I don't know why. It's part of the exhibit in the museum. It makes no fucking sense. Like, why? How? That's just way too convenient, Like,
it's very convenient that they got everything right in every detail. It's like, wow, they got it down to the detail of how they would walk, like Howard is, how he looks.
It's really just filled in to be like, hey. Plot.
Hey,
it's guys, really about it.
You want to know how ducks evolution right here.
Yeah, it's just a story point that just fits in perfectly, just for the fact of it needs to.
The funniest part, literally, his the head doctor or whatever, the one he works for, literally is like, Blumbert, what are you doing? And he hides them behind him in the coat.
It takes, like, in a scene of 8 seconds, he tries to hide them from one spot to another. But like, the people are already there staring at him. And it's not like they're coming around the corner and he's hiding them. They're there staring, and then he tries to hide them. And then even still, they're just peeking out from behind him the entire time. It's like, come on. you could have done better in the sense of just timing that where they're hiding behind him because you heard them walking or something, not because they're like, hey, and then you hide. I don't know. It was just very obviously poorly done.
Yeah, the guy must have been blind, to be honest.
Yeah,
like,
you had to have been obviously blind to miss the people behind him. Is the thing. It's just too much.
What else I have? Oh yeah, I was like, okay, after the whole thing, after them meeting him, they had enough of him. They walked away. They said, "You're useless to us," whatever. So he tells them to go, hide Howard or whatever. Put him in a movie. Go take him to a movie, some bullshit. But Howard had enough of this. He's like, whatever. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. He's like, I just need to find a job. I just need to do something. I need to.
He's got to stay alive, basically, in this new city that he's in. And
human world.
Yeah.
So he goes and meets this lady. Gives, I love this lady. This lady's funny. Tells him, like, I don't care who you are, whatever kind of thing you are, I'm giving you a fucking job. That's literally what she says. She's like, I'm giving you a job.
Yep.
because people like you. And what he's wearing, I said this a lot. It's drip. What he's wearing right now in this, he's wearing like a newspaper boy hat with this like nice blue green jacket with flowers and like orange pants. Very nice looking.
Honestly, he's pretty nicely dressed. Like I said before, he looks good.
Yes. It's really good. I mean, I want those pants, to be honest. If he find this out of Goodwill, all right. Let's just say he find this at Goodwill. No, me either. And this lady gives him a job. She turns around, bends over in front of him. Then Howard tries to bite her butt.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It didn't really. It just happened. There's no real reason behind it. She just like turns around to like pick up something off her desk, and then he just like goes into bite, and then she turns around and puts like an envelope in his mouth or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, I guess. I don't know. It's very strange.
She is thick, all right. She thick with 2 C's, and Howard knew it and tried to chomp at the cake.
I guess so.
So the job she gave him was some kind of, I thought it was a brothel. I mean, for sure this place looked like a brothel. Here it is.
Yeah, it feels like a brothel. I mean, the entire time, there's almost not a scene without 2 people making out or walking into a room to make out. Like, but in the credits, I'm pretty sure they refer to it just as a hot tub spa.
Which is
so it's
weird.
Like,
it's like,
again, PG.
Yeah, it's PG. You cut to the first thing with cuts is him pushing the cart, and then a lady, you can see side boob.
Yeah, she's basically just wearing a robe that's barely covering anything, and it's like, wow, this is PG.
I'm pretty sure I saw a lady like covering her tits barely, and then going into a room.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a movie meant for kids. What?
Yeah, there are reviews that say this is like a bad kids movie. It's like, yeah, it's not a kids movie.
I wish I watched this movie as a kid. Goddamn. But like every room is like some people making out or whatever. It's just a brothel and a jacuzzi. Everyone is getting
Pretty
nasty
much.
in here. And we meet the owner, and he's a sweaty dude. This guy, sweaty. All right, I don't have a picture of him, but trust me, when you look at him, he has glasses and just
he's
wet.
just covered in sweat, and he's just sitting there, and it's got to be obviously the rooms that he's sitting in are just fucking warm as shit, but it's disgusting, honestly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like this is STD written. I'm pretty sure there's STDs. There must be some kind of crabs or something in this place. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah, and then we find around this time that Howard can't swim, so he gets tossed into one of the jacuzzis. This is what it looks like. People are making out still, and we find out that he can't swim.
Yeah, like they've completely ignored this duck that's just been thrown into the jacuzzi with them, and they just keep doing their business. And yeah, we learned that Howard can't swim as a duck, which is ironic.
Yeah, that's weird, right? You can't fly, you can't swim. That's still kind of weird why you can't swim. Like, did he not like practice swimming? Did he not have swimming? Can all ducks in his world not can't swim?
I don't know. It must be something along the lines that it was just never learned by him, I guess. I would assume as a duck species that would be something they do.
Yeah,
but
a lot more questions than anything answered, to be honest.
Yeah, every scene is that way.
Yes. I feel like once you get to halfway to the movie, it becomes a different movie. This movie literally takes off at the end, at the other half of the movie. It's horrible. So Howard walks around, right? If I recall, I think he walks around after the day. He pushes the guy and the guy who works there into like pudding or mud. I always said shit. I said shit.
I'm pretty sure it's a mud bath, but yeah, looks like shit.
Yeah, it looks like shit. Found a brawl in it. It's weird. Lube on the floor. Then Howard walks, somehow finds where he landed.
Yeah, he walks conveniently back to the chair that he lands in from when he got sent to this place.
Yeah, in the club.
Somehow completely by accident. Like, okay, convenient, I guess.
See, he must have really. The Cleveland must be really tiny, huh? Cleveland must have been a really tiny place. But I mean, he finds the club. He sees that Cherry Bomb is what Beverly's band's called. Cherry Bombs, nice name. He sees it. He goes in. He's like, oh wow, they're performing. Then he meets their manager. The manager is named Ginger Moss.
And he's got his lackeys Carter and Richie with him.
You want to describe
Basically.
what these guys look like?
No, you can do that.
God damn it! God damn it! All right, so Ginger has basically a nice suit. I'm pretty sure they reused that because look at the suit. Doesn't that look like the guy from the beginning?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
the guy
flower
that
pattern.
when Howard first arrives and he says the guys pick him up in the alley and say we've got you a date or whatever that I kind of brought up earlier. That's the same suit, but I'm pretty sure that's a different guy.
That's a different guy. That's the same suit though. So they
Yeah.
really reused the same assets. They didn't think I saw that. I saw that. They
Didn't
reused the
even
same
notice.
suit jacket. So Howard's talking to him. He has a cigar in his hand. He's telling Ginger, "Hey, Ginger, she's had it. You gotta give them their money and stop being their manager." And then Ginger's like, "What's going on? Who are you? Like, what is this crazy duck?" And he asks Richie, like, "What is going on here?" Richie just says, "When I told you, when you're getting into the business, you're gonna see crazy things." That didn't make sense. Like,
Yeah,
what?
It was just saying nonsense to be like, yeah, things happen. It's like, but you're not saying anything. He was very like around the bush with everything he said. It was strange.
Yeah, and Richie's dressed like a cowboy, like he's the Undertaker, but he has like a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah,
It's all over the place. This
a
guy,
lot of the characters are all over the place.
and then Carter doesn't really talk. He's just smiling. He's just a friend that's like, ha ha ha, ha, going along with whatever these guys are doing. Ginger's
They're
an
just
ass.
drinking.
Yeah, they're just drinking. Howard is really just trying to get the manager to give up the girl's cherry bomb, stop being the manager. So Ginger's had it. He told Richie to get him out of here. So I think Richie calls the Howard a quacker
Yeah,
or something.
I'm pretty sure
and
he calls him a quacker,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know what they meant by it necessarily, but it doesn't sound good.
Doesn't sound good whatsoever. He throws him down the bar. Howard gets up with his nice, duck fu, kung fu bullshit. Fights him. Don't remember much, to be honest. I don't know how he did it. I know he knocked out Richie and he hit Carter. Then Ginger tries to skewer him, gets an ice pick, almost hits Howard, puts him down. Howard moves, grabs the ice pick, and then comes down and gets Ginger right in the ear, like in the earring.
Yeah, he loops his earring with the pick onto the table, and then picks up another one, and then that's when he can start making demands instead of killing him, I guess.
Yeah, it's very weird, very strange, to be honest. Like, these guys, weird dudes. Then Ginger's like, "Okay, I give up. I give up. I give her. Here's the money. Blah blah blah. I give up the crew. All right, I give up the band. It's yours." Then it's great. Then the band gets off. Beverly doesn't know that Howard's there, and she's like, "Oh wow, people really love music," but they were just seeing the fight between a duck and a man. So, oh yeah, hold on. The next scene, you guys prepare yourselves. All right, everything I'm gonna describe here is gonna be real quick. So Howard goes back, scene. We find out that he doesn't have pizza in his world. Then Phil comes back. Don't know how he's allowed in the backstage. We question that a lot. Why he's allowed anywhere?
Yeah, he was just able to be anywhere he needed to be, really.
Yeah,
for plot purposes.
For sure. It's really weird though. Then out of nowhere, he grabs Howard's, like, he gets one of the feathers because he's like, one of my contacts has a feather. I need your feather to see if it's a match. This guy pulls out like pliers, right? This guy's a psycho.
Yeah, he just pulls out pliers and he's like dancing back and forth trying to get it, and like as if he's blocking the way, even though Howard's just standing there. And then Howard turns around to like get away, and he plucks a feather off of his tail.
So rude.
It's like, geez, dude, calm down. Yeah. I guess I don't know. It was very portrayed in a mad person type of way.
Yeah. And where does Howard go after this, Zach? I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh man,
man.
Isn't this where they go back to Beverly's apartment at this point? Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Howard plays the piano.
Yeah, Howard's playing some piano because he has some musical experience, and she's away changing, and then comes out while he's playing on the piano and stuff.
Like this again. This is a PG movie.
Yeah.
PG movie. PG movie. She's has a robe on that has like a nice silky like top and like silk underwear.
Yeah, and then also when they're getting into bed, she reveals even more, of course, which is like, wow. It's like, how is this PG? How is this ever considered PG?
Full ass shot, man. Ass shot. Laying on the
Pretty
bed,
much.
ass. It baffles my mind, right? And then,
PG.
yeah, her and Howard go back and forth. Howard's like, come on, you know you want it, something like that. Yet again, he's trying to put the moves on her. Then when she gives in, she's like, okay, I'll do it.
Let's
Yeah,
give this a shot. Yeah. And then immediately he backs out.
Shuts it down. He's like, I don't think we should
He's
do
like,
this.
Yeah.
What?
And that's where the line, he's just like, oh, I have a headache. And that's when she responds, and I'm the aspirin.
Yes, the perfect
which is a pretty good
line.
line, honestly.
I forgot about that. It's like, I have a headache. I'm the aspirin. Dude, that's like such a good line. I can't believe that came from her, right? This girl knows how to put the moves on.
Oh, yeah.
And
she knew what she was doing.
She's like trying to get, into his pants, stuff like that. And then then she's like, no, never mind. I'm not actually going to do it. And then they start making out. It's
yeah. They kind of show like a kiss or two, like on the tip of the beak, and then they're kind of interrupted shortly after.
Oh yeah, by the main man, that our favorite character. Say his name.
Dr. Walter Jennings.
Walter
He is
Jennings,
easily the best character in the movie.
Best character. And who's the actor that plays him? Because he's a best actor.
That would be Jeffrey Jones is the actor's name.
And I think he was in Beetlejuice and like some other movies too. But like
Beetlejuice is the only one I remember being listed.
Guy walks in, classy.
But yeah,
3 dudes.
Actually, yeah, I don't. The guy in the middle is not really explained. You got Phil Blumberg on the left and Jennings on the right.
And the
I don't remember who that middle guy is.
No one gives a shit about the middle guy. He's only seen once.
Apparently the apartment door was just left open. I'm pretty sure Phil broke in because he gives that kind of vibe that he would break into her apartment.
He's a psycho.
The fact that he even knows where she lives is kind of creepy too.
Yeah,
because the connection between them is just still never really made. So it's really odd. But yeah, they come in and they're explaining to him, be like, we've got the feathers, they match. Like, this is your feather as well. That they show him a little a recording from the science lab that they're at. Yeah. And to show where the feather was, like there's a little feather coming out of the sky, and Dr. Jennings is just standing there, and as the feather falls, instead of like cupping your hand and like getting something to fall into your hand, he just picks it right out of the air, like very dexterous, just like, hey, look, boom, feather. It was just like, whoa. I don't know, it seems
he did give 2 shits.
Yeah, he's just like over the top, just boop, mine.
It's like, was that
strange?
I'm pretty sure this motherfucker can catch a fly with chopsticks if given the chance.
For sure.
If given the chance.
This man is,
what's weird?
Is great.
What's weird is that Phil is dressed in fishing gear.
Yeah, that's still not explained. He comes in with these 2 like scientists, the head scientist of the lab, and then he's just wearing a baseball cap and some fishing gear.
Strange man.
It's a lot of the outfits are always confusing.
Goodwill outfits, all right. They're like, what do you think Phil likes? Probably fishing. Weird guy. So they show him all this stuff, and they take him to the laboratory. Jennings goes on ahead with them or whatever, and the laboratory is amazing. It looks crazy. It's huge. Has this like big satellite looking ray thing that's the reason why Howard got to the Earth, right? I don't know how that actually. I don't really know how that's even happened. How did they get him so good in his apartment, right? And then launch him all the way.
Yeah, they're just saying that something went wrong with the laser, basically, and somehow it targeted. Like they're saying like, yeah, it targeted your planet, and they're like, it targeted my living room. Like it hit me very specifically. Yeah, and it's all just again convenient. That's really about it. Everything's convenient, and they just keep going along with it.
It's still pretty good though. This half of the movie is where it starts.
This is where it starts to ramp up in interest, honestly.
And they show us the satellite. Then when they get there, a man pops out all half burnt, and the whole facility, for some reason, the satellite thing, it's exploding. It's just for some reason just erupted. Jennings is nowhere to be seen. Somehow he got launched somewhere. Whatever. They don't really explain much.
They just say Jennings is gone. We don't know where he is, and then that's about it.
Yeah. Then like they explain everything. I think the cops show up. The cops show up and they get Howard, and for some reason they think he's just in a costume, which probably makes sense. Everyone thinks he's in a costume, and they try to find a zipper. They get him naked. They get him naked.
Strip him down. They're trying to find a zipper, and then they're like, I don't think this is a suit, boss, type of thing. And it's pretty sure kind of really awkward.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they touched his junk.
They've got to have, yeah.
Like he was trying to find a zipper. Pretty sure they probably thought it was a zipper, and he played with his thing. They had to, right? Like there's no way.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got
about the right size.
Just got we got a duck that looks just like this picture makes it look just like Macaulay Culkin. No, like it looks just like Macaulay Culkin.
He's got the eyes, yeah.
Yeah, it's so strange. I was like, this looks like Macaulay Culkin if it's the duck. But yeah, he's in the red boxers, no nipples, which is so strange. Thought he would have nipples because the other female duck had nipples.
Yeah, so. A bit weird, I guess, just because they didn't want to show it because it's on the main character, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So, then it gets to a cop. This is a stupid cop. I'll let you explain this. I'll let you explain
so basically,
this.
Yeah, so they're in custody and everything. She was outside the room while he was being frisked, basically. So he's being led out of the building to be brought up to the cop cars to be then sent back to the station or whatever they're going to do with him. And this cop, in the meantime, they're walking out of here. He just looks on the desk and he legit says, "Ooh, a cigar." And then just like almost forgets that he has this alien life form of a duck with him. And then picks up the cigar and he's like smelling it and stuff. And he like lights it. And then he ends up, I think, putting it back down.
Yeah.
Because then once Beverly shows up, Howard jumps up on the chair. He says, "Ooh, a cigar." It's lit, throws it into the garbage. And the cop's first reaction to turning around and seeing the garbage lighting on fire is to stick his head and his full upper body into this lit garbage can to stop this fire. Like, I don't know. It's like,
baffling how stupid they are, right?
I know the cops aren't the smartest people, I guess, but yeah.
It's like I'm gonna react on how this is, right? He's like,
just really
"Oh no,
dumb.
A fire!" He's like, "Oh no!" And then he puts his head in, they get the gun, push him over, and he's fucking pouring level acting here.
They pull the gun from his holster and then kick him over, and then the fire is no longer a problem at that point, I guess.
Yeah,
so I guess he did a good job in stopping it. I don't know really what he did, but something was obviously ignited in there, and I don't know.
I feel like he should have just been a firefighter, to be honest. This guy had a different career choice, huh? So they get his stuff. They just fucking get his gun. They unlock Howard. They hide. They find Dr. Jennings, who looks worse for wear and looks like has a headache from drinking a Slurpee too fast.
Yeah, it looks like he's got brain freeze and he's just having a hard time. He's just in a little uncomfortable state. And it's just, I believe your comments were, at least later on when they were leaving the facility, they have Jennings drive, even though he's very much not in state to drive.
Look at him. He's burnt to shit.
Yeah, because he'd come out with goggles on, and like you could see like the difference between the where he has goggles on and not from the lines and everything, just whatever effects that had happened to him. And he's constantly complaining about like being in complete pain and like feels like something like's growing inside him or something. And it's the way you put it. He's either on meth or has a brain freeze.
Oh yeah, in my notes, I said Slurpee ? Or meth. He had a headache.
The main two options.
Yeah,
for what could be.
For the audio listeners, we're looking at a picture of like them driving, and Jennings is focused on the road, and the other two are panicked. All right, I don't know why they let this man drive.
Yeah,
Okay.
they should have just let Beverly drive. I have no idea why he was in charge of driving, even though it was his car, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
you're obviously not suitable to drive. They were all over the road in these scenes, constantly swerving off of the roads onto hills, hitting signs, almost running into like semis.
As
Why wouldn't
Jennings,
you have just had her drive?
yeah, as Jennings is like, something's happening to me. He's just constantly in pain.
Yeah.
Then they get to a restaurant that is something sushi. What was it? It was
Cajun
like
sushi diner or something like
Cajun
that.
sushi. And these people, like, then he changes, right, his voice, and this is where Jennings gets. This is where he becomes the best character. This is where we meet the best Jennings character ever. He becomes the Dark Overlord, and this, it's this guy's acting, it's so good. It is so good because his voice gets like real high, real nasally.
Yeah, he really like pinches his throat and just. It's the only form of acting that really happens between most of these main characters, honestly.
It is so good. It's so good
because he's kind of going through like this whole transition, and it's honestly pretty impressive for at least comparatively. For how he's going about it and portraying what he's going through. You really feel like something's actually happening to the actor himself.
Yeah. And then he starts kind of like transforming midway through the diner. It's subtle, right? Like you don't really notice until like later, like when he starts turning into like a weird Super Saiyan, because he starts getting his power slowly, shoots beams out of his eyes. Then he gets like this glowing aura around him, like a Super Saiyan. It's weird. And then for some reason, these truckers come over and mess with them for no reason. These three truckers.
Yeah, they just show up and just mess with them just because they can, I guess. There's just someone who looked different than them, so they wanted to mess with them. That's about it.
Cleveland, right?
Just Cleveland.
Cleveland. These guys come over saying, "Oh, he's a puppet. This guy over here is controlling him," and that doesn't make sense. So he literally, Howard the Duck says something to them, and then the dudes try to get Jennings or whatever, try to talk to him. The Jennings shows like he has laser eyes. Then Howard tries to fight them. Panic ensues. The people are trying to kill Howard. They grab him, put him on the table, and try to like cook him. Right?
Yeah, they're starting to like prepare him as if they're just gonna kill him and cook him into a like duck soup or something. I guess.
Right. Like they have all these people.
The weirdest part is the fight scene starts obviously with just Howard and the truckers, but then it turns into everyone in the diner is trying to kill Howard.
Yeah,
everyone, the customers, the workers, everyone.
Sushi chef.
Yeah, the sushi chef. He brings out a cleaver and he's gonna cut his head off. It's, I don't know. Things just happen, really.
Yeah. While Beverly is trying to get Overlord, Dark Jennings, whatever, to help him. It's like, you need to help Howard. Please help Howard. Then the funniest line that he could ever say, in my opinion, is, "She took my eggs." Why? He was like, "I don't need human substance." He doesn't need food, right? He tells the waitress lady. She brings the food, and then I think she just takes it back.
Yeah, she ends up taking it back because Howard sees the eggs and he's just like, "What do you think? I'm a cannibal?" Type of thing. And then they take the eggs back, and then after the the fight scene starts, she's trying to get Jennings to help. And he just looks up and "She took my eggs."
She took my eggs.
And then that's it. And then they just go back to Howard fighting everyone and dealing with being tied down to a table. It's like,
it's the best delivery I've ever heard with any actor. "She took my eggs." It's best thing.
I know.
And then
Anyway.
he gets serious. Right, then he wants the key card because he's trying to bring other Dark Overlords to Earth. So he needs the key card to do that. So he's like, "Fuck it, all right, beast mode." Flip the table, aura around him, looking like Jesus.
Yeah,
and
he's obviously getting more control of his powers because he's being hosted in Jennings' body as this Dark Overlord is, or whatever.
and which is funny because he starts doing all this magic stuff. He throws a cleaver or whatever. Or no, Howard tries to get the key card. The guy, one of the trucker guys, is like, "I don't believe in this malarkey." I'm like, dude, do you not see this man? This glowing blue electricity. The guy throws the cleaver or whatever. Jennings just force pushes it, Kamehameha, out of the guy's hand, controls the cleaver, swishes around, frees Howard by almost hitting his nuts. It's fine. And then everyone's like, all right, I'm done. Like the owner's like, I'm done with this. Get out of here. And both me and Zach we both question, who are these people?
Yeah, this guy is just obviously controlled this cleaver flying through the air. He just blasted this man with electrical, psychic, some kind of powers. And everyone is just like, all right, let's fight him. It's like, what? No, that's not a decent reaction to have.
Like, are you
some otherworldly powers? You run, you leave, you get out of the as fast as you fucking can because you're about to die.
You know what? The only answer I have to that, right? Cleveland. It's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland.
It's Cleveland. All right. People are rowdy. You know, fighting people. Cleveland. All right. But if I saw this guy, and I saw this guy, I would not fight him. I would not. I would really just turn around, walk the other way, to not want to fight this guy. And then after he shows like his incredible power, some two random dudes, right, just try to hit him. One of them tries to hit him, I think, with a chair or something, just blasts him away. Other guy tries to shoot him, Jennings just hits him, right? Doesn't even matter. Then
he pulls out a gun and he just throws, I think, the chair from the other guy at him or something like that.
Yeah. And then it's like, it's so stupid. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't remember what comes up for what you got for the next scene, at least. In this power slide point.
He takes he takes Beverly. He knocks out Howard because he has the key card and he doesn't want to give it to him. Knocks him out. Uses his force powers. Then he takes Beverly. They go to a power plant where he sucks up all this power, right?
Yeah, they go to a nuclear power plant, and because for some reason he needs electricity to grow more, I guess, is the idea. Yeah, so they go to a power plant. Conveniently, the place outputs 1 million whatever power source, whatever they say at the time. Yeah. So then he breaks into it. He absorbs all the power and then just leaves. Somehow he got into this nuclear power plant as a visitor, broke into the place, and then just completely left without like any problems at all. And then they went back to the science lab. That was about it.
Like, the security system was shit, right?
Like, there was no security at all. They broke through a glass, then it dropped a metal gate, and then he just broke through the gate. That was it. That was like the extent of security. No alarms went off. Nothing happened. This man just effectively stole all the power from a power plant. Nothing made sense. There's a lot more stuff happening on the other side of this, which I think is the next screen you got.
Yeah. Well, I was like, so what I do want to add is literally when you open the door, it looked like heaven or whatever to that power plant. It looked very strange, right? To that just door of power.
Right.
And he started to look like Albert Einstein. So, I mean,
a little bit, yeah. Yeah, and then on the other hand, back at the diner, for some reason, there's a, I guess whatever, you can kind of see them flying, just a plane. Poorly made single to one passenger plane, basically, that's like a side hobby of someone that's into aviation type of thing, I guess. Built at home type of thing. And they get that running, and that's how they get from the diner back to Howard and Phil, from the diner to, I don't remember why Phil was at the diner, actually,
Yeah, wait, hold on.
He was there when the cops were there, but why did the cops? Yeah,
he was arrested. The cops went there because they knew there was a ruckus with a duck there.
I guess they brought Phil to the diner instead of I don't know why he would have been still in the cop car. I guess he was just still in the cop cars when they went to the diner.
And that cop car
I never
was
really thought about
secured.
No,
the
he
cop-
crawls out. He's in the back seat. He just crawls into the front seat and crawls out the open window of the cop
Yep.
car, and that's how he gets out.
It's so stupid.
And then they get
Yeah.
to this plane.
Yeah, that's
They started
behind the
up-
diner or whatever, in front or at, how they show it. It's like it's across the street from the diner. But then later on, when the cops saying, "Oh, we can't find them," or "We found them," they're fucking behind the diner.
Yeah, they're
behind
just around
diner.
the corner as if they didn't even at all scan any kind of perimeter. And it's been hours. It's now daylight, and nothing makes sense again as usual.
Yeah, they fly close to the streets where the cops are shooting them with shotguns, which is
yeah. The only time they're flying is right next to. They're following streets. They always have at least 2 cop cars on the road next to them following them when they could be flying over anything. Like you don't have to follow. You don't have to be following these roads. You could go over the water, anything. And it's just like, why are you always flying so close to the cops? Like you're just letting them know where you are.
Yes, exactly.
It was just so poorly done. And I guess the main reason they're probably flying to the roads is for the cinematic views of them being by
Cleveland.
the cop cars, and for I guess other plot purposes of being shot in the wings because they have shotguns. The cop cars just have each of them have a cop out the window with a shotgun just shooting. Like I don't know. It's like, why are you flying so close? Nothing makes sense here.
Which is crazy because I don't feel like they're not shooting to kill. They're really just shooting the wings.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even
Yeah.
though they were told to shoot to kill, but
But they don't want to. Which is these are Cleveland cops. These Cleveland cops, idiots, but doing the right thing. You know, they don't want to kill them. They just want to, get them down and stuff like that.
they're just trying to capture him. Yeah.
Phil's panicking too because like he almost died. You know, he was getting drowned, and then he tried to kill Howard, but he didn't do it. Pussy. He didn't kill him. He didn't kill him.
I will say
Alright,
we'll probably have missed quite a lot of detail. I feel like it's going to be sounding a lot more boring than it actually is to watch.
Yeah,
If you really want to enjoy the movie, you really gotta watch.
we
it
recommend
yourself.
watch it.
Yeah.
This movie is actually good. The whole thing that's happening is just like filler kind of stuff, but a lot of things what people say, like Dr. Jennings, he does say a lot of good one-liners. He like gets stopped by cops before he goes to the power center thing, and he's like something about a smog check thing, and it's hilarious. Like that, hands down, funniest thing ever. Right.
And Jennings got a lot of good one-liners throughout the film, really.
And then at the end, we're getting close to the end of the movie. Howard and Phil make it. Dr. Jennings tied up Beverly, summoning his friends who are trying to, get her as a host.
Yeah, basically, or the Dark Overlord, or what's currently in Jennings, is trying to get other Dark Overlords of the universe to planet Earth for whatever reason, I guess. But
To conquer it.
to conquer it, I guess. They require a host to be in, though, which is just as Jennings is to the current one. So he brings Beverly over there, ties her up underneath the laser, and he's gonna have her be the host, at least for one other Overlord, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
Phil
and Howard come to try to save the day, and the only way they can do anything is somehow Phil knows about this laser behind Howard here in just some storage locker, basically.
Yeah, and to give context to this laser real quick, though, this thing looks massive. All right, this thing looks like something a Terminator will carry. Right, Phil
Quite large.
just picks it up like it's nothing.
Even just in the movie when he's picking it up and setting it back down, it sounds super heavy. And he lifts it with super ease. That's why we mentioned like he's strong. Like it does not seem like something he should easily just be able to pick up like that.
Yeah, this is like a 2-person job. This guy is like, nope.
Yeah, that's a team lift right there.
Yeah, and they use a go-kart just to carry it around, right? Like this.
Yeah, like they put it on there because it's that large of a thing. You put it on the this lab go-kart type of thing. I guess I don't really know what you call that. Just a general vehicle.
And then when they send the go-kart out, right, on accident, the whole thing's just go away. And then I think this is your favorite line, right, Zach? Is he's having a bad day.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Beverly is tied up underneath the thing. Phil and Howard show up. Beverly's excited to see them both, of course. And Jennings realizes that, or the Dark Overlord realizes that they're in there, so he turns his attention away from her to focus on them. And once she realizes that, she shouts, "Howard, be careful! He's having a bad day."
Yep.
Like
so stupid.
He's
so
they've
no, it could be either. It could be he's a bad mood, or
you know what? I wrote this down. Maybe we're misquoting this.
He's
in a bad mood. No, that's absolutely right. We're misquoting that. So the quote is actually, "He's in a bad mood." Wow, Nick, you misinformed me there.
Man, this is your favorite quote. All right.
Yeah, but you said it first, so I'm blaming you.
True. Right.
Yeah, the quote is, "He's in a bad mood," which, I mean, effectively, ultimately the same idea of he's having a bad day.
Bad day.
But he's in a bad mood. It was just the way he'd shout with such like concern, and like the scene is set like he's just this Dark Overlord guy, and he's in a bad mood. It's like that. That's such like an undertone to everything, and it kills the mood of everything. I was laughing so hard when that line was said. It
was out of nowhere, stupid thing. Then Howard shoots, or Jennings is revving to go, shooting his power at Howard, and then Howard charges with the laser, shoots. They both cross beams, explodes. Howard gets sent with the cart, flying somewhere a little bit, and then Jennings gets shot, but doesn't show. And then it shows that Jennings is okay. The Overlord has got out of his body. Howard's okay. He's okay. Everyone's okay. And then it shows Dark Overlord version 2.
The true form of the Dark Overlords.
True version.
Which is a claymation figure that they edit into the scenes, which looks good, but the lighting that they try to add on to it is not done the best.
Yeah.
And it's so getting into it, so they shoot the laser again, being their way to stop the guy is just this laser that they've found. And let's see, I'm trying to remember here if you got more of a better memory than I do, Nick.
What?
Anything in between that I feel like I'm missing.
Can you hear me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay.
Hello.
So what I remember is that he pops out, right? He's like, oh my God. You see like a still picture when he pops out, right? And you question that if they're actually there, but they're missing.
Oh yeah. There's a scene where the continuity seems wrong with the main character supposed to be underneath the laser and stuff, but
so in this form,
picture of that.
Yeah, in this form it's just like he's unstoppable, kind of, you know what I mean? He's like a crab creature, just shooting like tentacles, all this stuff. It's disgusting. He stops Beverly and Phil in their tracks, just keeps hitting them with like this freeze thing that he keeps doing. Then Howard miraculously, like, somehow gets the gun again, shoots him directly in the fucking head. Shoots him. Just dead. Don is dead.
That's it.
Blows him up. That's the end right there. Then he stops the timer, which is like at 1 second, right? They're about to arrive, which is like he stops it like a millisecond or something. It's
very last second that they stop the laser from bringing the other Dark Overlords to Earth. Which they all look the exact same. Yeah. It shows kind of like an outpanning scene of the laser shooting out into the universe or whatever. And there's just 3 of these things flying through the air. Just it looks so bad.
Like vagina monsters. Their mouth is so wide. It looks like a face hugger mixed with a predator mixed with like a scorpion. Right, a giant weird creature.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
A bunch of different things.
Do not like looking at it. It is disgusting, and it's claymation, so impressive, to be honest. After that, we get a nice, cool cut scene, like at the end of what is it? What's their band name? Something Bombs, the Cherry Bombs.
Bomb.
Just singing fucking Howard the Duck song, just shredding. Howard right now is shredding guitar. He makes his way on stage on accident, but man, he just starts shredding this little kid guitar that he has. Don't know how he got it.
Yeah, so
I think
Howard's
Phil gave it him.
he's become the manager of Cherry Bomb, and he's obviously a star himself from his past life when he was in music, and it's kind of full circle from that of his past life to accepting his life here, because he had to destroy the laser, obviously, at the end, because that was his only way home. And now he's had to accept it, his life here. He's become the manager of Cherry Bomb. Somehow, without any explanation of any sort, between pretty much that scene at the laboratory to this, there's not much added, but it's somehow this has got to be at least years later, and they're a super popular band now, and everything's worked out perfect for them. Obviously, it's a good movie.
It's okay. So that's the kind of the end of the whole movie, right? When we ended it, it's
pretty much, yeah.
Fantastic movie. All right, if you've never seen Howard the Duck, I would recommend it. All right, it's a great movie. I give it a 7 out of 10 for sure.
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Actually, I really enjoyed this. As much as I say everything didn't make sense and everything was kind of shitty, I enjoyed watching it. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah. Remember, we're not pros, or we're not anything.
We're just two dudes.
Two dudes watching the movie, and we enjoyed it. Right? Comments, I read the comments for like IMDb. It was like 50-50. People were kind of like, oh, I don't like this. Some were like, oh, I had a good laugh, but it wasn't a great movie. We had a great laugh. We had a great time. We had a fun laugh for this movie. But it brought good times. It wasn't great acting, poor quality acting for sure, but good time. It was a fun time. That's for sure.
It was a great time.
I think that's for sure is it, right?
For the movie, for the most part, yeah. I can't think of anything that would be major plot points that we really missed.
Yeah, I don't think we missed much of anything from the movie, besides maybe a couple minor things that really didn't matter, of course, in the movie.
Yeah.
As we said, halfway through the movie it gets better. It becomes
once
all
they
their
introduce
budget.
Jennings, honestly, I mean, just because they get into the science, the science isn't there at all. It's just to fill in what they need for plot. It's just like, hey, science is the answer. That's kind of annoying, but it works, honestly, in the sense that everything else doesn't make sense anyways. So
yes, put that wheel live.
So we've got here a bad movies wheel, which we've both contributed at least some to.
Yes.
And this is how we got the answer of the first movie of Howard the Duck. So I spun the wheel the last time. Nick, if you'd like to, this would be the movie we watch before the next podcast.
Yes, audience, audio audience,
in the same way that we reviewed Howard the Duck this time.
Yes, audience, for listening audio wise, it's just a giant, big wheel that we have just spinning. It's very nice. With maybe I would say close to 50 movies on it, for sure. Bad movies.
Bad. It's probably about 30.
Yeah. All right. Let's spin it.
Most. Let's see what we get.
Oh, no whammies. No. No.
So The Last Airbender, the live action movie.
Fuck. No. They call
As you can tell,
Nick
is excited.
No, they call Aang Ung in this movie.
I actually haven't seen it much about it yet.
I saw this movie in theaters, man, and I was disappointed.
This is another one I haven't seen.
Oh, this is great. Oh, look at chat. Yes. No. Okay. What I know about this movie, right? They were supposed to make a second one, but because this one did so bad and had so many bad reviews, they were like, no, never mind. I think M. Night Shyamalan directed this movie.
Really?
And yes. He's in the movie, I think.
I've seen a bit of the trailers, and I know it doesn't look good.
Oh no, man! No, I'm gonna have like a good time seeing it, but it's not a good movie in my mind. I love the show.
Yeah, I know I'm a fan of the show. I haven't watched it in years though, But I'm excited to see this actually.
Fuck, man, fuck. I'm sorry. I'm just remembering everything. Everything's flooding back about this stupid movie. It really just. Oh no. God, okay. I'm done. I'm done with the rant. I'm done with the rant.
Yeah, there it is. The Last Airbender.
Look at that. Oh, we're looking at a poster of the Last Airbender audio audience. Oh my god, look at that. Look at it. It's so bad. Look at what is that?
That looks good. That looks great. I'm excited. That looks good.
What is that?
It's a poster.
That is it. Literally just like him doing the whole Avatar bullshit. Like what I thought in this movie is like they do martial arts stuff to like
of course, yeah,
to do the bending. They change a lot for sure. So I'm interested in you watching the movie. I'm gonna tell you right now. Zach. We're gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna have a lot of complaints. We're gonna watch this movie. I'm gonna tell you right now. I want to have lot. Are you a big fan of the cartoon? Right? If you watched
I've watched a bit of the cartoon. I'm familiar with a lot of the characters. Yeah. Just the general universe. I've seen a lot of it. Yeah. I don't know how far they really have gone that I haven't seen. So, for my understanding, I've seen most of it, at least the cartoon.
Dude, you're gonna be disappointed in this, to be honest.
Good. That's the way I like it.
All right. I mean, we did good. We did good today, huh? We did. Well, thank you everyone for coming to this podcast. Right? I mean, like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else want to add?
I don't know. Honestly, this has been a good time. I've been having a good time just talking about stuff. Yeah.
High five.
Oh yeah, do that.
Go get it.
Oh, you're too close. Actually.
Too close. There we go. High five.
Boom.
Right there.
There we go. That works. We're very different.
There we go.
Different lighted differently. I swear we're in the same room.
We're in the same room. He's like right here next to me. All right.
We're totally right next to each other. I promise.
I'm really. I can see him right now. All right.
Hey, how's it going?
But yes, thank you everyone for stopping by. Much appreciated. For dealing with our stupidities,
our ineptitude of doing this. Yeah, by no means do we know what we're doing. Everything's gonna be rough these first few times for sure.
Where can they find you?
I don't really have much for links, honestly, other than twitch.tv/Leymong, Leymong.
Yes. You can find me at any place. Just search up Nick Fly. Twitter is Nick Fly. Instagram is just Nick Fly. You can find me on Twitch. Just call Real Nick Fly at twitch.com.
Nack at Night, actually, we do have a Twitter, a YouTube, and a Discord that you can join or follow / subscribe to any of the above.
Yes.
If you're here on Twitch, we don't have direct links. I mean, we do, but they're in like the I don't know what you really call that, like kind of where the bio would be or where the title is. There's
description.
It's description, but not like the about section. Like we don't have the panels or anything made yet.
And if you're interested, if you're interested in also looking at our reactions during the movie, we also have that as well. We're gonna post that on YouTube maybe next week or so. It's just us watching the movie, commentating over it. If you're interested in watching that,
it's just us talking, just how we react to the movie in real time when we watched it. Really,
the blind reaction much of Zach, to be honest, it really cut him off guard.
Yeah, it was a good time though.
Yes. So yes, thank you everyone, and I hope everyone, especially everyone in the audience, our technician as well. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great day.
Yeah. Is that
all right? Goodbye, everyone.
Right. Bye, everyone. Adios.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.